No. I'm gonna walk around. All right. So, are we happy to be here? I'm kind of quiet. Everybody, I could be outside cutting grass. So my name is Julio, Piti. I am the Vice President of Engagement for the organization. Long title, big deal. What it is actually is, my job is to get everyone that wants information on the organization, whether you're a business or a community member or whatnot, and get them included in the kind of work that we do. Anybody have any idea of the kind of work that we do? Who has done some research? Wow, no hands. That's very bad. Don't ever come into a room without doing any research, because that's where people get in trouble. That's when somebody can sell you anything, and if you don't have that kind of information in front of you, you're gonna lose money. I'll tell you like this, all right? I have a 17-year-old son, so everything that y'all going on and doing it, I probably lived it through him, okay? So when I tell you this, it's coming from a place of, I have to do this all the time with my senior as he's entering his senior year, okay? So the first thing you need to do when you walk into a room and you know the day before that you're gonna go in there, man, use the internet, get some information, ask ChatGPT, if you need to do that. But don't come in with your hands down saying, I don't know. That's the worst part. That's how you don't get a job, okay? One thing that I want you to understand about what's gonna happen to you as you move on in life is that it's a zigzag. It's gonna do this, okay? You guys may sit down and go, yeah, I got this job, and then I'm gonna graduate, and then I'm gonna get a degree, and then I'm gonna get a thing, and then I'm gonna be a millionaire, and then it doesn't happen. That does not happen, okay? You've heard from Jenny, you're gonna hear from other members of the team. It's a zigzag. And if you don't get used to change, if you don't get used to disappointment, because that's one thing that's a guarantee, you will be disappointed. Life will let you down, your friends will let you down, but you gotta keep going. 100%, okay? 100%. So, I'll ask the question again. Any idea what the Beacon Council is and what it does? Take a stab, yes.
Well, it's like communities involved, and I saw online that you guys help a lot of small businesses specifically,
Okay.
especially with funding.
Okay.
That's really all I know.
Okay.
Ayla?
Jesse.
Is that how you say your name?
Ayla,
Yes.
that's Ayla.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have a background in fashion merchandising, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's what I have.
All right. Anybody else want to take a stab at what it is that we do and how we do it? Anyone? No one? Okay, so I can tell you here that we give out money for free, and I'm just looking for folks.
Oh, wait, you got a hand?
Yes, sir. Looking sharp too, man. I like very roll with the
Is
best.
it a tip if you scan the code?
Oh, you can quickly find the answer to this question.
How do you help small businesses?
Okay. How do I help small businesses?
Yes.
Okay, that's a question. I can answer that a little bit. Any other ideas? I heard help, right? There's two things about here. There's help, right? Anybody else? No? Does anybody know what a beacon is?
Some form of guidance?
Correct. Huh? You see what's going on, right? There's a name, there's an affiliation, there's the word help that just came out. So yes, the Beacon Council is actually that. If you think of a lighthouse and the light that comes out, it really is the guide, it's a guide, right? So what we're trying to do is to provide a guide to companies, the people that are gonna be your future employers or the industries that you're gonna work in, to guide them to Miami to actually set up their stuff here and actually grow and expand. Sometimes people think that happens by miracle, right? People just set up businesses and okay, and the motivation is I want to sell, right? No, there's actually a plan. There's actually a tactic. There's actually stuff that happens to set you up for success, right? Just like you've gone through 12 years or 11 years of schooling, right? To set you up for success, you weren't just born smart, right? You gotta accumulate all this stuff. Same thing happens within an economy. Same things happen with things happen outside there, okay? We are in a very competitive landscape. Other places in the United States want what we want, okay? They want you guys as employees, they want the companies, they want all the shine and all the jazz, right? So if you're in some place in the United States that's not as cool, you want the companies that are cool. Because the companies that are cool pay a lot of money. Pay a lot of money, you get the right people. You get the right people, then there's more tax, right? Because you gotta pay tax. That's how come states make money. So why do I tell you that? Because it's a very highly competitive industry. Just like sports, just like anything in life, competition. That job that you want, 6 people want that job. If it's a good job, 12 people want that job. So how do you set yourself up to be the person to be selected for that job? Right? So you gotta get yourself ready for that kind of competition. Do not be afraid of that. Sometimes you're sitting there next to me, you're like, man, I don't know, I'm not gonna get it. No, I'm not gonna get it. If you don't prep, then you're guaranteed you're not gonna get it. Same thing goes with us as an organization trying to get a company to come here. Okay? Does anybody know Amazon?
Yes.
Right? Long time ago, Amazon was growing and it had one location. Then they came out and said, you know, I need another location to sell internationally. And where can I set up that company to sell internationally? I don't know. Let me ask the entire United States what they say if I'm deciding to actually open up that company. So guess what happens? Everybody that does the work that we do across the United States gets together and comes up with an answer to that question. What is it that that company needs to move from one place to another, right? So that's the kind of stuff that we do. Sir, the answer to your question is yes. How do we help? Information, guidance, and experts. The beauty of us is that we're designed in 2 different ways. We're designed public, meaning the public gets access to it, and we have private, where companies actually pay us to do that work. And so we work on both sides. So if you're a company, if you're a person trying to get information, this is a place that you can actually come and get that information. Yes,
And
ma'am.
why are you all fighting to get these companies to your cities? What is the reason?
The reason is, number one, a tax base. We want the actual tax revenue that it comes when the company comes in and it pays tax. The better the company, the more tax, the more money we make. The more money we make, the more services citizens get, right? You get better parks, you get better streets, you get better, all the stuff, right? But more importantly for you, selfishly, that means that there is a better job for you. I'm sure you hear in the news, oh, things are getting expensive. Oh, I can't pay for rent. I can't. You know what? You know what the quick solution to that is? An awesome job, right? Because the ones that don't complain about that are who? People that have a lot of money, right? Doesn't matter whether stuff costs $2 or $10. You got a lot of money, you don't got to worry about that, right? So how can I get you guys to actually have that opportunity for a job to do that, or actually create an opportunity for you when you start your own job to get your own idea? What I'm going to show you is a quick video. If you can close your eyes and say, okay, if I'm a company and I'm being wooed, I'm going to say it like this. If someone's asking me to go to prom, and I got 12 people that want me to go to prom, which is the one that I'm going to pick?
The most beautiful one.
Well, that's your opinion, sir. That's your opinion. But if I go around the room and I ask everybody here who they'll pick, if they had 5 people or 5, folks that want to take them, we'd have very different answers, right? So this video is almost like that. This is the video answer to a company that's being probably asked by 5 other places why they should come to Miami. All right? This is going to give you a little quick video on how we do that.
Yeah, and you'll probably see it's the most beautiful one.
There you go.
Miami doesn't wait for the next big thing. We build it.
Miami's economy is outstanding. This is an economy that's experienced incredible growth over the last year and is going to continue to experience growth.
With record-breaking investment and unstoppable momentum, businesses from across the globe are making Greater Miami their home.
We have built towards this moment, not an emerging global city, we're a global city. We are indeed the capital of the Americas.
More than half of our pipeline of companies that are looking at Miami are from outside of the United States.
And that momentum is building, driving Miami to new heights with a more competitive, inclusive economy. We're developing the workforce of the future.
The opportunities are limitless. The question is just where we want to go.
We're not just building our economy, we're building our community, and we're building it together with you.
All right. There's a little bit of bias there because you live here, but if you were from somewhere else, would that be attractive?
Yes.
Can anybody give me a reason as to why?
Here it is.
I think Miami's really unique because it's really diverse. There's a lot of people from different backgrounds.
Okay, that's one. Yes, sir.
And the hype around Miami, the oceans, the food, the culture, everybody everybody already knows that when people think of Florida, they automatically think of Miami. So if you give them the visuals, all that, I think they will go on that right.
Okay, anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
I think it's specific for the businesses, so it's like a really good visual for business people and attractive for the visual because the beaches and it's a lot of huge companies over here.
Okay. Anybody else? I need somebody else.
Wait, you have one?
Yes. You gotta get loud. Hey.
Popularity and population have a lot to do with it.
Popularity and population. Okay. All right.
People, probably get more businesses, there's more people in the city.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? I need this side of the room. What's happening? What's happening here?
It's the law
Anybody?
enforcement
Yes.
officer's crew.
Yes.
Like the most attractive parts of Miami, like the ones that would want people to come over here.
Okay. More attractive part. Yes, sir.
The video portrays Miami as a land of opportunities, you could say, because it gives us a bunch of visuals on how Miami could be a good place to put your business in or company in, but also around Miami, not just in Miami,
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody knows we've got 34 municipalities, right? You've got 34 little mini communities that make up Miami-Dade as a county, right? I know a lot of folks here from the city of Miami, but there's 34 others that want that kind of shine and whatnot. For the law enforcement folks, what can I say about law enforcement that'll be attractive versus somewhere else? Yes, ma'am.
Something to say about law enforcement is that we get certified in certain fields before we graduate.
Okay.
And we can, most of us also graduate with our AA degree.
Okay. As an environment, I'm trying to get somewhere. Yes, sir.
As the only law program in the United States.
Perfect, that's one, yes. But a real simple one. What is Miami, I guess, known for other than its beaches and whatnot? You can be real. Crime, right? Right, crime. GTA, right? Right, everybody there, Miami GTA. Why are you guys talking to me like that? That's the truth. Nobody trying to tell you anything that people don't already know. We go into the game, we go into the competition knowing that that's what they're gonna say. I'm not gonna move from Idaho because that is dangerous. I'm not going there because it's Miami GTA. They're looking at everything that you guys are posting, they're looking at everything you guys are talking about, because here's a company that I've probably helped create for 40 years, and why would I move it to a place like Miami? That's the decision. Right? So how do we address that? How do we counter that argument? What do we say? Or what do we know? It's not what we say, what do we know?
You could say our police department keeps the crime on hold.
That's exactly right. When you look at the statistics and you compare what a city like ours and what a community like ours, crime, numbers, not what they hear, the numbers that get reported, where do we rank compared to somewhere else? And you know what the numbers say? That our crime is very low. Very low. So if I'm a stat person, if I'm going stat to stat, example to example, anybody who studies law is going to say that, right? You put that up front. You say, okay, you think there's crime? Let's look at my number versus your number. And what you're going to find is a surprising thing like, wow, there's not a lot of crime. You know? So that's something that we use as a tool as well. So you're talking about those 5 people going to prom, right? What's the first thing you want to ask? How am I going to get to prom? Do you have a car? And I'm not walking, right? So that's one thing, right? Same kind of stuff. So we know we're going into competition. We're going to talk about crime. We're going to talk about the ocean, right? Oh, it's pretty. What's the thing that's happening down the ocean that's not so pretty? Sea levels are rising. What else? Pollution, right? So our beaches have got to stay cool. They've got to stay clean, right? Because other places have beaches too. They may not be as clean and they may not be as cool, right? So that's important. We're going to talk about the kind of things that we're doing to keep our beaches clean. Things like climate, things like producing folks that are involved in that to kind of protect that, because we want to make sure that we keep everything blue, nice, and pretty. Because the places that they're coming from may not be so blue, may not be so pretty, right? But that takes work to do that. So those kinds of things that would throw up in regards to actually answering the question of why they're going from one place to the next. All right? How we doing on time? We're good.
And we can also go around because they all represent different county districts and places, and they know that, so.
Okay, absolutely, yes, let's go.
Welcome, welcome. So I only have one ask, but my name is Paula Hopkins. I've been with the Beacon Council for a year. July the 9th was my year, after spending 31 years at PepsiCo. So when you talk about business development, relationships, there's one thing that attracted me to the Beacon Council after I finished my career at PepsiCo, and it was the people. So we're judged on how many jobs we're bringing in the city. We got to grow the economy, like Julio said. We get judged on the wages of the jobs we produce and the capital that people bring into it, whether it's equipment, whether it's people, but the main thing is human capital. So I get to go and work. Our mission statement is we want to be sustainable, we want to be inclusive, and we want to be competitive. So when you talk about going to prom with the most beautiful guy or girl, our city, we want to make sure that we champion that. That's our number 2 strategic plank. Then we do something called invest in people. And really that's invest in talent. Really that's investing in you. Because in a few years, I'll be sunsetting my career here and you'll be leading. You'll be Julio standing up here. So that's why I was writing down the people that was brave enough to answer what makes our city great. It's safe, it's taxes, we're gonna hear from you, your municipality, and also what you wanna do in the future. The last thing we do is we call it Shape the Future. And this one we do, and we call it, this is what fuels our economy. We get the brightest and the smartest people in the room, and we talk about what does 10 years look like in technology? What will AI do to our insurance industry, our health industry? What will technology do to how we want to run our airport? And we talk about that, and then we action against that. The main thing we're working on today, and this is why I was so excited to be here, and we're calling it Talent Bridge. Because we get to work with over 150 companies every day, that's our private sector, and we get to also work with all of our education providers. So when we talk about our school superintendent, we talk about all our colleges here, Talent Bridge is the place where we want to say, hey industry folks, if you're looking in the future and you're gonna need 305 jobs of amazing law enforcement people, what skills, what knowledge do they need to come into your job? And then we take that information, we go back to the educators, and we say, hey, Miami-Dade College, or we say, hey, FIU, here's the kind of skills, and here's what we need for you to be teaching our students of the future. And that's why we get Talent Bridge. One of the main questions, though, that we have on this page, and I want you to make sure that you scan this, Ayla created this, talking about technology, because when I was in school, we'd have to get the piece of paper and write it with the number 2. But you could take your phone and you can scan the middle one. Which one is the survey? Okay, there's a survey. Oh, you didn't have a survey, okay. So that brings you to what we do there. What I want to do is I'm going to get Julio to support me. There's a survey, it's like 5 questions that we want to hear from you. Are you thinking about school? What vertical are you thinking about going in? And what support do you need mostly? So we'll get you to answer those for us, and we're gonna take all those answers, and then we're gonna go back to the industry and the educators and say the people that are gonna be running our city in the future or coming back to run our city in the future, here's what they're saying and here's what we need to action against. But welcome here today on behalf of our CEO, Rod Miller, who today could not be here, but wanted to make sure that we want you to think about when you're coming out of college, to think about coming and work in economic development or coming and work in a place where we're producing not only hard capital, but human capital. Okay?
So, I didn't get a chance to introduce myself before, but my name is Ayla Brandt. So I'm a manager of business development here at the Beacon Council. And so basically, all the good stuff that they're talking about, that's my job, is to bring those companies so that we can create jobs for you guys. And so I'm gonna talk a little bit about some of the stats as to why Miami's the best. best place to be right now for you guys for jobs. And so basically, all the good stuff that they're talking about, that's my job, is to bring those companies so that we can create jobs for you guys. And so I'm gonna talk a little bit about some of the stats as to why Miami's the best place to be right now for you guys for jobs. And so basically, all the good stuff that they're talking about, that's my job, is to bring those companies so that we can create jobs for you guys. And so I'm gonna talk a little bit about some of the stats as to why Miami's the best place to be right now for you guys for jobs. And so basically, all the good stuff that they're talking about, that's my job, is to bring those companies so that we can create jobs for you guys for jobs. And so basically, all the good stuff that they're talking about, that's my job, is to bring those companies so that we can create jobs for you guys for jobs. And so basically, all the good stuff that they're talking about, that's my job, is to bring those companies so that we can create jobs for you guys for jobs. And so basically, all the good stuff that they're talking about, that's my job, is to bring those compani So, like we mentioned, there's 34 diverse municipalities, and I want us to go around the room, starting with you, and let me know what neighborhood you live in.
Coral Gables.
Okay. And then?
You guys can say your commissioner district, say your name, the school that you attend, and the commissioner district that represents you in the county, because we did this for the county board meeting, so.
So my name is Eric Espino. I go to Coral Gables Senior High School, and I'm from District 7.
Okay.
My name's Andy. So I go to Coral Gables, and I'm from District 5.
District 5. So what's District 5?
I remember the district number.
You don't remember the name? Okay, so what neighborhood do you live in?
I believe it's District 5. I think it's by like right by
Alapata? So that's Alapata. All right.
My name is Jessica. I live in North in Miami Beach, and I'm just
Okay, so Miami Beach is your district, all right?
Good beach high?
Hey guys, be louder.
Oh, you go slam.
Okay.
My name is Alessandra Calderon. I go to.
Oh, let's see this on. No, I'll give it a recheck. We have slam in the house. All right.
So my name is Alessandra Calderon. I go to ISPA, International Studies Preparatory Academy, and my district is District 6. My commissioner is Natalie Millian Orbis. Thanks.
Okay. All right.
My name is Amanda Rodriguez. I go to ISPA as well, and my district is 6, and I live in Coral Gables.
Hi, my name is Gislaine Cerezo. I'm going to Marriott Academy Charter High School. I live in Hialeah Gardens in District 12. And my commissioner is Juan Carlos Bermudez.
Okay.
My name is Franz Roblin, and I go to William H. Turner Tech, and I'm in District 2, and my commissioner is Marlene Bastain.
Yes.
My name is Deani Willis. I attend Miami Northwestern Senior High School. I live in Miami Gardens in District 1, and my commissioner is Oliver Gilbert.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Michaela Bafania. I go to North Miami Senior High School, but I live in District 1, and my commissioner is Martin Bastian.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Nika Benoit. I go to Law Enforcement Officers Memorial High School. And I live in District 3, Miami Shores, and my commissioner is Keon Hardman.
Okay.
My name is McCartney Vega. I go to school, Law Enforcement Officers Memorial High. I live in Grapevine Heights, and my commissioner district is Natalie Milan Orbis, and it's District 6.
Okay.
My name is Ella Caceres. I go to Law Enforcement Officers Memorial High School. I live in Miami Shores, District 3, and my commissioner is Keon Hardman.
My name is Zorwis. I go to Law Enforcement Officers Memorial High School. I'm District 3, and my commissioner is Keon Hardman.
My name is Karen Gonzalez. I live in Coral Gables. I go to Law Enforcement Officers Memorial High School. My district is 7, and my commissioner is Raquel Regalado.
Okay.
My name is Alexis Ramirez Franco. I go to Homestead Senior High School. I'm District 9, and my commissioner is Keon Elmaki.
Okay.
My name is Dario Tercios. I live in District 9. My commissioner is Kiani El McGee.
Okay, in your high school?
Oh, Homestead Senior High.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we've got all the corners of Miami.
Countywide.
Countywide. Alright, so I'm gonna run off a few stats for you guys so you can see that we have the #1 airport. There's over 160 cities that have direct flights coming out of Miami International Airport. That means that we are globally connected. Just like there's all the municipalities and all of you come together, Miami is a place for all the world to come together. And so We have a $239 billion gross regional product, GDP, GRP, in Dade County. And we're globally connected, diverse, and built for growth. All right. We're known for our ports and logistics. And why does that matter, you think about it? Every package, plane, boat, or product that passes through our ports or airports creates a job. That's all kinds of jobs that are out there. So it goes from the person that's packing your Amazon package in the Amazon warehouse facility to the tech that's behind the computers making sure that the logistics chain is going correctly, to the driver that brings the packages from the port or the airport to the stores, to the warehouse, directly to your house. All of those are different kinds of jobs that are created by having an airport and a port being a global destination. And so we have 2 R1 and R2 ranked research universities, which means that you can go abroad, you can go out of state to go study, but right here in your home, you have great opportunities for you. Whether it's FIU, UN, Miami-Dade, FMU, St. Thomas, Berry, all of those are within Dade County. So you don't have to leave to go to get a global education. And a fun fact that makes Miami very unique is that we speak over 104 different languages, where there's 7,000 or so in the world, but imagine 104 spoken here. So there's all types of opportunities for all kinds of people. Everyone can communicate and learn and grow and study. All right, so there's different targeted industries. So here for the business development team, we focus on these key industries: aviation, aerospace, finance, healthcare, life sciences, trade and logistics, and tech. So that doesn't mean that there's not other industries that exist. Creative industries is pretty big up there. So I'll go into a little bit of my background, which is I studied fashion merchandising, and then I went into SYIP, which has nothing to do with economic development. Nothing to do with it. I mean, on paper, that's what it sounds like, but really, both have taught me a lot with dealing with companies. So psychology has helped me to deal with people so I can understand where people are coming from, understand their background, understand the company's needs. And then fashion merchandising has helped me in terms of its business. It was just a business degree, but more focused on fashion. So you can take everything that I learned about business and creating a store and apply it to creating a company. Because I learned how to do business plans and pitches if I wanted to pitch my brand. So you could study whatever it is that you want to study and end up somewhere else. And little did you know that what you studied before is going to help you later on in life. Just like fashion merchandising and psychology have helped me. So there's, like I said, these are our key industries that we focus on, but that doesn't mean that you're limited to them. And so since these are the key industries we're focused on, these are the jobs that we're creating for you. Whether they're jobs within aviation companies, we're the #9 US financial hub, which is pretty big. We're now competing with Wall Street. So that's a big deal. Most people used to think of Miami as just the beach, it's just partying, it's just clubs, nightlife. But we're way bigger than just a party. Here's some stats. We have 5 convention centers, over 20 malls and shopping centers, 100 world-class art galleries. The hotels boast 65,000 rooms, and then there's daily 1,000 flights coming in and out of Miami. So let's say you want to go and expand your horizons. You don't really need to go far. Coming home, you could just take a flight, hop, go to a global destination and learn everything that you need to learn over there and bring it right back with you to Miami. So this is some of the stats. So this presentation is a presentation I normally go with for a company when we're trying to pitch them to come to Miami. So that's why there's a little high level stuff on here. But right now it doesn't matter to you, but later on, trust me, taxes are gonna matter. We are a zero local, state, and personal income tax. So that means that you pay 0% income tax, guys. On your hard work earned money, it's your hard earned money. 5.5 state corporate income tax, so that matters for corporations, and then 7% sales tax, which is one of the lowest in the nation. Which means when you're shopping, you're not paying that much over in taxes for your product. So these are some of the incentives. Again, a little high level for you guys, but part of what I do in my job is, let's say a company's coming from anywhere out of county line, counts as foreign. So a company in Spain is coming over and they want to come up here. There's different state tax incentives, which is just a fancy way of saying government money available for companies to entice them to come to Miami. So these are the ones that we have here that we offer to companies when they're looking to land. And a lot of times we have had a couple of projects that have taken advantage of the tax incentives, and it helps because the biggest goal for the incentive or requirement for the incentive is that you're creating jobs. So, and not just any kind of job, high paying, high wage jobs. So for like the REAP, 106,000 average salary. That's pretty big. Alright, so Miami's a great place to live at top of doing business. There's a lot of diversity, there's a lot of lifestyle, there's a lot of fun things going on, but also right now, the community is looking to back their talent. They're looking at you guys. Ask Melissa, when we were younger and in high school, right? Did we do things like this?
No.
We didn't go, I didn't get a chance to come to talk to a company to find out what it is that they do, understand that there's other jobs. In my head, there was doctor, lawyer, business person, artist, or XYZ. But there weren't that many options. Nowadays, companies want to teach you guys that they're wising up to realize that we gotta teach you guys that there's more opportunities so that you guys can go and study and broaden and create jobs and fill those jobs. And so this is some of the services that we do. So pretty much, if you ask what does a business development manager at an economic development organization do, these are the things that we do. We help build connections. So because we're a private-public organization, we have the relationship with the 34 municipalities on the public side, and then on the private side, we have our relationship with our investors, who are big companies to little companies in Miami that invest in the Beacon Council because they want to drive change in their community. So then we also help with talent and recruitment and training. So this is part of what we're doing right now, where we teach you guys about the kinds of opportunities that exist out there for you. We also partner with various companies like Career Source, South Florida, which is an organization that partners with the Beacon Council a lot in terms of we create the job opening, they fill the job. So you would head to Career Source if you needed to find a job to work in. Site selection is, let's say a company's coming over and they need a building, we help them find that. Permits assistance, so I like to say, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, we just get somebody to answer the phone, we can't guarantee to help get a permit approved. But we do help with our connections and help companies in the permitting department. And then government engagement, that's the public side of us, all the different things that we do with the different municipalities, the mayor's office, the commissioners. We go into your communities and we go in, and part of what I have to do is go in, find a local company, interview that local company, find out how their business is doing, find out whether they're growing, how the county can help, what their municipality, what their commissioner can do for them. So that's pretty much a little bit of what I do in a nutshell. And so you can scan and take a look at our website and check out to learn about the Miami-Dade Beacon Council. So do you guys have any questions?
It's not an important question, but what's the salary for here? Like, how much you get paid for working here? It's not free. I'm just wondering.
You do it for free.
Do it for the love of our community.
Not helping. It's an average. We have about 12 people that work in our organization. So the salary range could be from 40,000 up to, and I'm gonna go ahead and include our president's salary up there, up to about 250,000. So depending on which level, depending on how we achieve our goals and so forth.
I think the most important thing about that question is that there's the upward mobility. There's the ability to move up. So you don't start at 250,000 francs, but if you are hired in a position and they see that you're awesome, then you are able to move up in the company, in a leadership role specifically.
Another thing we do, which is really important, is that, as Julio said, we are part of the community. So when we have grants, when we have big projects, we go out and we get contractors that become our partner. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're doing research or you're doing great work around any one of our pillars, we can actually contract with you for you to bring your expertise in. We call some of them consultants, we call some of them project managers, but it's another way for you to have your own business. And those, when it's 1 or 10 or less employees, those are our small businesses. That's another way where we create revenue and do upward mobility, to Lanisha's point.
2 things. I want to go back to that question because that's a very good question. You guys should be thinking about that before I recognize you. You had your hand up. So, next question.
What's one goal you wish you could reach with your business today?
What's one goal that
You wish you can reach?
that I wish or we wish?
Yeah, we like as a business.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we'll go back to that one. But on the salary question, sir, I would love to know what was that motivation of why you asked the question about salary. Let's get deep.
Franz is not shy.
That's great. That's what you want.
You recognize the phrase that in order to not suffer every day, you need to enjoy what you do.
Correct.
So if my job is not paying me like a lot of money, I have to like it, to want to continue to do it and grind on it. So I'm wondering, like, is it, I feel like what y'all do is going to be enjoyable because you're helping out people. You're not working like, laboristic, you could do it, right? So all I was wondering is that it's enjoyable, and if the salary is good, that's a double bonus.
All right. One of the things that I take my young people through in regards to, as you're thinking about career and what it is that you want to do, is something very, very, very important that an older person taught me way back in the day when I was coming up. And the advice is very simple. As you're thinking about what it is that you want to do, think about the kinds of things that you would do for free. What is it something that you would do for free that you would love to do?
Volunteering in a hospital.
Okay.
Nice.
You? This ain't a trigonometry question.
Yeah, no wrong
This
answer, guys.
This is not something that you should be spending a lot of time thinking about. What is it that you would do for free right now? Not something that you're told, but something that you would do for free. What do you do? Travel.
People with cars advising, given what I know.
Giving people college advice? Really? Okay, all right. Yes, ma'am. Child daycare. All right, I need you guys to feel this, because the question is, what is it that you would do for free?
Here, I'll
For
help
free.
you guys out. For free, if I could, for free, what I would do would be game. I play PS5, I play Assassin's Creed, I play Red Dead. If I could do that for free, I would do it.
There we go.
So, no right answer.
Healthcare? For children, helping kids and healthcare, right? You do that for free, right? If you have that kind of knowledge, right?
And maybe help small businesses with their social media if they're growing their business.
Okay, so 4 in the morning, I have a problem, you're at the club hanging out, I give you a call and I say, my website crashed, can you come and help me out?
Yes, for free.
I would like to get job experience.
For free? No. Forget all of that. I want you to think about what you just said. For free. You're having the best time of your life. You're out with your family. You're doing something fun. I call you and I say, I need some help with my website. Can you come help me? Can you do that for free? All right. Just to be sure, I just want to make clear. Sir, yours. What is it that you would do for free?
Advice.
Advice. What do you mean?
As in, if you're misguided or you need to know something, like if I know it, I would love to just tell you my experience and how you can manage doing that.
You're in your deepest sleep. You're in your deepest sleep. Saturday morning. Your case, Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're sleeping deep. The phone rings. Hey man, could you help me out? I need some advice.
Yes, I would do that for free.
Perfect.
I would either coach or start my own business.
Coach or start your own business. All right. Do you think about it now? Don't just come off what everybody else saying. You are riding around in your Ferrari. It is awesome. The day is great. You're with somebody you like. You're on your way somewhere. The phone rings. What are you doing for free?
Being a math teacher and a church.
You're going to pull over to the side at the Wawa and you're going to talk to somebody like that.
I've done my job.
Folks, this is serious. I want you guys to think about that, because these are
I want you
give
guys
you
to be
suggestions.
proud of yourselves.
Sleep. Okay, great.
That's a great answer.
All right, sleep. All right. Yes, sir. You seem kind of serious. You're thinking about it. This is free. This ain't nothing about your friend. This is what you would do for free.
Yeah, like $0.
Like no money. Like
They don't have
nothing.
to pay you to do it.
You're doing it for.
Not even like experience.
Forget that. That's all sounds kind of good and whatnot. I'm talking about what you would do. You know what? Man, I'm doing that all day, every day, 7 days a week. I don't really care. I'm doing it. What is that for you? I'll come back to that. That seems a little. Yes, ma'am. Makeup.
Okay.
Okay, you would do makeup and there's 7 people in line. You're hungry. You haven't eaten in 2 days. You're gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You ready? No? I'm coming back. You're not ready? All these people want you're not thinking about for free? Something that you would do out of the love of doing something. See, friends helping you out. No? You're not gonna do that for free? Okay, coming back to you though. You gotta tell me. I'm coming back to you, sir. We're good? You know?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Don't stall. I got 1 and 2. Okay? I'm gonna tell you why you stalled and why you shouldn't stall. Yes, ma'am.
I would babysit.
Babysit. That's great. That's wonderful. You're looking kind of like, I don't know. What? Tell me.
Sleep, not transfer. I'll sleep.
You what?
I'll sleep.
Sleep? Okay. All right, you would sleep? Okay, great.
Taking care of your pets or like.
Taking care of your pet?
Yeah.
Pets?
Pets? All right, okay. Coming back around. Taking care of older people. You at the club, everything's having a good time, everything with it. The phone rings, come take care of auntie. She's 90. You gonna do that? Okay.
Something in the medical field, because that's something that I want to do regardless.
Good, you found it, right? Listen, something in the medical field. The reason why I went through that and exercise people is because making money is easy. You can go outside, stand there with a palm tree, and somebody's gonna pay you to stand outside with a palm tree. The big difference is when you do that. do that for an extended period of time when the things are not good.
Yes.
All right? My example, what do I like to do? This. I like to share information, I like to communicate, I like to be with people. You wanna get me angry? Stick me in a room and just let me talk to a screen. I'm gonna be angry. I'll do it. I'm good at it, but that's not what drives me. That's not stuff I like to do, right? So if you haven't done that yet, this exercise, I want you to do it every day. Do that. Why? You're gonna save money. And anybody heard how you're gonna save money? By doing this exercise? Because believe it or not, in a couple of years, time is gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you or somebody else that's paying your tab. Your parents, family, whoever's investing in you. So if you don't know what you wanna do yet, let's start with what you would like to do. The money is gonna come. Trust me, it's easy. Look on YouTube, people are getting paid to do silly things, right? But you gotta love it. People think content creation is easy. Oh, I'm a content creator. You know how hard it is to find content? Sometimes you gotta create and you're like, man, I don't feel like creating, right? So the making money part is easy. Don't get caught up on that. Because sometimes you chase that money, and then you get there, and there's a big check at the end. They're like, man, I hate this. I'm an awesome teacher, and I hate kids. Who gets into those kinds of things? I went 16 years in the medical field. I find out I don't even like blood. I don't even like the smell. That happens. You live long enough, you're gonna run into people like that. That's why I told you when I started this whole thing about pivoting and changing and whatnot. If you're not going through that exercise of what you would do for free, mapping out your career, mapping out what you do, it's going to get difficult. The best people that are the most happiest and produce the most amazing equipment, the most amazing ideas, usually started out with like, you know what? I did it for free anyways. I would have done this, at any time. I just happened to stumble on it, created a business around it, and I get paid. So that now going to work is not work, right? Now going to work is like, man, I'm going because I like going.
And you're getting paid.
And you're getting paid. The rest of the stuff, that's why I go back to your question, right? How much you get paid? Doesn't matter. I get paid $500,000 to do this. If I don't like it, I ain't coming in here. I'm not.
They also learned that at the state attorney's office. I think that's why he was asking, because the different prosecutors and people said they loved it.
Here's another thing. Depending on how much money you get paid, may be a lot of money on the book, but it's not going to buy you anything. We're a very expensive market, Miami, because everybody likes to be here, and what happens in the economy, when something is good, everybody wants to come, prices go up, right? Right? So necessarily you got to go for a job that pays you more if you want to stay here, right? All those things kind of go one in one, right? But if you go somewhere else that doesn't cost as much, you can probably do better, right? So you're not chasing that number, you're chasing everything else that revolves around that number. Think about that too. A lot of you want to stay home, a lot of you don't want to leave. Sometimes you may have to leave to go elsewhere to get better. Right? Sometimes you have to go to the other neighborhood. Sometimes you got to go to another industry and see. Remember, I told you this, right? Our job is to try to keep you here and kind of create a job and create a life that you want. But your job is to do what? What did I tell you the first thing that you came in here? What was the first thing I told you when I asked you the question? Research. Doc and I have been in this room with some young people, and I'm not going to say it, but sometimes these people came in and they knew more information than we did. They knew more information than we did. Now, I'll say this will be family. They were a lot younger than y'all. That's hard, right? That sounds hard. That's bad, right? So what does that mean? Start doing some math. If they're younger than me and they're already in that habit, I'm older and I'm not in that habit, what do you think is going to happen when the job comes? What do you think is going to happen when the opportunity comes? Who do you think is going to get the look? Right? I use sports analogy because I was an ex-athlete, and I'm going to tell you like this. There's only one kind of LeBron, right? There's only one Jordan. There's only one, come on, Kobe, right? Either you're going to be naturally blessed, came to the earth like that, or you're going to outwork somebody, or you're going to have something that somebody wants, right? You're not sitting in the class getting better. You're going to do that individually. That's what happens. So take this time serious. Take it. You're gonna go see these other places, have questions, try to revert it back to you. Like, what is it that you want? What is it that you want to get out of it? Because that's gonna be the only way, trust me, the only way you're gonna find that path.
Did you answer your goal?
What was the question again? Remind me? See?
What
You're
goal
low.
what goal did we want to accomplish with our job, right?
Yeah.
What goals did I want to, for me, since I grew up, born and raised in 305, was that my place, where I came up, can compete against any other place in the United States and the world. Because that's how much I love the place that I came up from. That's what I get to do every day. So that's, you can check that one out, for me. For me. You know, what's the goal?
Your goal.
The goal that you want to accomplish.
When I came here, can I also say what I do for free?
Absolutely.
Okay. I would DJ for free. I'm like really good at reading the room and understanding what music, and then I like to dance, so I mean, I could DJ. My family, I'm the DJ in the family, so I want to get that off my chest. But my goal was to help people. I'm that person. When I talk about human capital, I had life, right? All the things I went through. And I always say I was a first-gen student, first one in corporate America, first one this, first one that, first one in some positions that looked like me, whether I was a woman or African-American or Latina. I wanted to make sure that whoever was coming out after me, that while I was the first, I wouldn't be the last. So my goal, and why I'm so excited about Talent Bridge, and why when Ayla said we have some amazing kids coming in here today, I got up for that this morning. I don't know where the energy came from. You know, Red Bull can't match this energy today. Celsius can't match this energy. It was all about you all. And I know when I start getting up for something, to Julio's point, and I did it for 31 years at PepsiCo, because they always say, what keeps you up at night? No, what wakes you up in the morning? What wakes me up in the morning is making sure that you all have it easier than we had it, right? And more importantly, we teach you the skills and the mindset to reach back and help someone else. So that's mine.
My goal, you don't need it. Okay, so my goal would be, so like I said, my background's fashion, merchandising, so creative industries is a big near and dear to my heart. I haven't accomplished it yet, but I have found a vehicle to accomplish it. My goal is to raise the wages for creative industries.
Yes.
Because often it's overlooked as an industry, and a lot of powerful ideas, people's creations come from the creative industries. So I'm not there yet, but I have landed where I needed to be to accomplish my goal. To raise and have other artists, like the artists that I know, raise themselves up.
Right.
I'm gonna do mine.
Doc handed
Wait,
you.
I just wanted to share that my goal for the future is to make sure that every single one of you becomes the leaders of tomorrow in all of those leadership roles, so that you can influence all of Miami-Dade County and the future economically. Like, you all are to be future ready, and so if you all can help me achieve my goal, I would really appreciate it. And then when you do make it big, don't forget about Miami-Dade County and the cities that you came from, and then you'll be working with the Beacon Council directly.
You need, on that sheet that you guys fill out, I need legible, first name, last name, and an email address. And that's gonna go into a spreadsheet that we're gonna, obviously, we are in the data business, and that really is what's going to be able to take that evidence of information to the educational people and say, this is what a group, as we collect, are saying about their goals and things of that nature, okay? So think about if you're handing this back to somebody, they gotta read your name, first name, last name, and your email address, okay? So let's do that, and I'll give you some time before we collect it.
And can we get a big round of applause for the Beacon Council that made it possible for us to make
Big round for y'all.